Hi there. How's everybody doing today? We're going to do this again. Today we're talking about resentment and hater stuff, and the big thing that we're talking about now is envy. Envy is one of those sins to where you can look at someone and begin to say, well, wait a minute, I don't like that person simply because they dress better, or they look better, or they have better complexion. And this is mostly a woman thing, but men do it a lot too now because the society is turning towards more of what you called damnation type thing, to where these types of behaviors are unnatural, and now it's becoming big issues, whether those are homosexuals, transgenders, all these different people that are not doing natural things are now becoming big spotlights. And it reminds me of the same reason why England kicked, the majority of these settlement people out of England, was because they wanted what they wanted, and they didn't understand that you're a small part of a society, but if you continue to try to have things your way, then you disrupt and you create an imbalance for all of the people around you. Because my Creator has done this once before, and it was called Sodom and Gomorrah. But the big problem that most people doesn't understand is the fact that they keep thinking that now is different than then. So, go ahead, do what you want. Like I said, again, I don't have to answer. So here's the deal. We're going to do envy and / haters type thing. So resentment and hope, a failure of others is part of this definition. Let me read the definition to you. Envy is a resentment. And again, it's kind of a hope for a failure, because not only do you resent somebody because of their abilities or their gifts, or in my instance, it may be my size. Because I always found that there had to be something about the fact that everybody would always ask me, well, hey, do you play basketball? What do you mean play basketball? I'm a lumberjack. What, you couldn't tell by how big I was? Don't I look like, Paul Bunyan in Big Blue? Huh? I don't look like them? You bother me. So, most of our actions are really specific to the fact that we resent, or that we're asking a question simply because of the fact that we want to see where you got what you got. You see, in this society, and it's already too late, because when the wealthy even began a long time ago, you inevitably created a Rome type situation, simply because you felt that everything that you're doing will never stop, that there would be no end. And your understanding of not having an end means that I can continue in the manner of which I am. And that's not good. Because see, I'm noticing that bad is good and good is now bad. So that means when I want to help somebody, oh, well, what are you, crazy? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get some money out the deal? What's your thing on this? What are you getting out of this? You see, that now has become the norm. And to tell you the truth, makes me want to cry. Because I believe that people are now under a bad, false impression that they're actually working towards something. But you're not. Why? Because now that everything is so high and so expensive, and our pay has not gone up, you now are going to create a devastating situation that will impact the rest of the world in a really bad way. And I mean bad, 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 bad. So, if you think of this envy and this hater thing in a real context, and you take those 7 sins and you say, well, let me take these 7 sins, and let's take envy as number 1 and say, well, listen, this will give you, this gives you a chance to think about who is around you and how do you determine those people that are around you. Because in this day and age, you have to have someone's help. No one does anything alone, and they think they do, they're lying, and I can prove they're lying. So, if you believe that your behavior creates your future, then this envy is another way to determine who you associate with. Why? Because if these people have these traits, then you're on your way down, even though you might be making money. But see, that money is not the catalyst. You think it is. But see, that money to you may be status. That money, that grind to you may be acceptance. But Creator said, if this world likes you, you can't be my friend. He determined. Why? Because of these behaviors. God said, you're not my friend. You don't know me. Why? Because you're hanging around with that fool. And on that note, you got to look at the Christianity issue from this point on. Why? Because now we have a president that claims he's a Christian. I can guarantee you that's a lie. Why? Because that man would not be disrespecting people in the manner that he is. He would not be throwing people into situations to where their livelihoods are being threatened, to where their environment is now hostile. That man claims he's a Christian, but I know he did it just so he can get next to you evangelical boneheads. Y'all's a bunch of liars too, and would-be Christians. You all are. Because if you claim to be a Christian, you're a liar. And I'm going to tell you why. See this right here? This is my left hand. And guess what? My mother was left-handed. And guess who told her she couldn't use her left hand? The Catholics. You think my mother liked the Catholics? No, she didn't like them. Love them, different story. She was like God. I love you, but I don't like your behavior. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like the way you respond to me. You as a person is fine. But apparently there's something that has whispered into your ear and to create a situation. Now, if I didn't finish the definition is not only occurs, let me do that again, envy is a resentment which occurs when someone lacks another's qualities. Got it? You don't like that, you resent. Now, here's where it gets worse. Achievement and possession and wishes that the other lacked that. That's straight out haterism, to where now that person has the ability to do this and that and the other, now you wish that person didn't have that. Bad business. Bad business. Here we go. But envy is also a judgment. See? There's good judgments and there's bad judgments. In this instant, envy is a bad judgment. But in a sense, you have to make judgment calls. And we are required, I say we because I'm that hair on the butt, but I'm also required to be loving and kind and long-suffering and patient. I have another issue called the fruits of the Spirit. But you see, the issue comes down to the fact that as a comforter recipient, I'm on a different level. It doesn't mean that I don't respect you or that I'm different than you. I'm not. I'm just on a different level. I'm at a spiritual level. My life reflects my spirituality. I don't need to talk about God all the time because my master is more important. To me, my Savior, God's cool. He all right. I like him. He cool. He break it down. You know? But my comforter, that's my dog. You understand? He roll with me everywhere. I'm like his road dog. So he's my driver. Let's do it like that. But in the meantime, what you're looking at is haters all over the place now. And these people that voted Donald Trump in, they're haters. And I'm willing to step forward right now and say this. Okay? Let's look at the issue of Trump saying he's a Christian. But also Trump hangs out with David Duke. Hung out with him for a long time. Swore up and down he was a supporter of him. You guys remember that, don't you? No, you don't. Otherwise, you wouldn't have voted for him. But see, I understand that you wealthy people, you don't care either. Why? Because you got your money. And as my Creator says, as my Master said, you have your reward. I don't have that reward right now. All I have is the gift God gave me. And the parents that he gave me. And the life. See, I'm with that. You got problems, homie. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This dude, Trump, I'd have to say he's a Klan member. A deep wizard Klan member. Why? Because of his friends. Because of his attitude. Because of his behavior. Because of the people he hangs around. And again, I think I noticed this before too. You've seen that every once in a while he'll have a black guy on the side. Either he's security or somebody paid to be there. And I can understand how black people would want to, get involved with him because he's the president. They think that's some kind of historical thing. But to tell you the truth, I don't think this guy here, I don't think anybody will even remember Donald Trump as president. Because of all the scandals and all the things. And how many scandals occurred when Obama was in president? None. Okay, you got more scandals now than you did in the last 3 administrations, including Bill Clinton. Get out from under that desk. Okay. While these judgments are being made, you have to look at the fact that being a hater or being an envious person creates bad actions, reactions, and behaviors. And now, these behaviors and these actions are all bad. But now, and again, here's the thing I said about good. You see, when you go along with doing wrong, just to go along, that's envy. That's haterism. Why? Because you want to be involved now with wrong simply because you envy this guy. You want to be with this person or this woman or these people. Who knows? I don't really care. That's not my issue, and I've said this before. I don't answer for these people. I try to communicate because I can help. I can help individually. I can't help as a group. It's not my gift. Individually, I can help every person by saying, well, listen, can you identify what the problem is? Can you understand why that is a problem? Can you understand an avenue out of this problem? Can you understand even some scenarios that may create an adverse effect, but still direct you from the problem? There's a great many ways to do things. I believe I have that gift, and I could help. But here's the deal. The real problem, and again, the real question is why? See, because again, we did speak earlier about the fact that, as people, we should all love people. But we have these spiritual beings, just like I have a comforter in me, that these spiritual beings are talking into people's minds, thus creating the mentally disturbed or the schizophrenic issue that we are now currently facing. The issue is these people are being spoke to, and they are being spoke to, but they're going along with what has happened. These actions are all wrong. So, as these wrong actions occur more and more and more and more each day, then you have the larger body creating more of a problem. Like, family member travel bans or, sanctuary cities because these people are illegal or because they're criminals and all this blah, 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 blah. I don't really get into it that much, but the real question here is why. Think about why and why be a hater. I suggest you turn from that. Because once you begin to embrace people, you begin to learn more. You begin to have more wisdom. So why do you envy? You need to get to the crux of that question. Why? Why does this envy consume me? Why does this envy create a situation where I even pay attention to it? You have to look at that. Why do you think your life, your family, your thoughts, your religion is better than anyone else's? See, that's envy. That's haterism. When you believe that you have to have something so bad that that other person's life, his family, his community, or even his thought patterns are less important than yours. You've got to think about that. Because to tell you the truth, that's exactly why these religions are in the positions that they are. Why do you think these Al-Qaeda or whatever these people call are cutting off people's heads? Why? Because they think that their religion is better than others, and they will go to the extreme. Just like the Catholics did. Dark Ages. See, they've all gone through this. But the problem is, this particular time in life, in the instance where these billions of people are all watching, it's an ending life. It's an ending envy, simply because now these people will not stop. Just like you won't stop. Me, I stop every day. I'm getting ready to stop after this right here and pray that I said the right things to you, that you would understand, that you could feel, that you could use through your life, that you could improve your life to where the love within you can come out, while others are being noticeably envious of what you do. I know people are envious of me because I'm 6'6". Do I act like I'm 6'6"? No. I'm still a little boy in here. But I'm still a killer. See, being balanced is what the Creator wants. But He still wants you to ask that question, why are you this way? I know why I am, because I gave up. I gave up my life to my Creator so I could have a comforter, so I would not be alone. So when physical touch was necessary, I could say, Comforter, please. I'm feeling bad right now. Help me. I miss my parents. I miss my brother. I miss my relatives. I miss those that love me. I don't want to be envious because other people have their parents. Why? They're not my parents. But I hope you understand. I hope you listen. Because like this song says, we can't get what we want. But sometimes you get what you need. So, in that instance, thank you. Keep praying for me, and I pray for you. I will help. And I'm going to get on some of the other channels. I'd like to see what some of the other people are doing too as well. Because now I need to learn. I need to evolve. Because we're going to move into a situation now to where even these fires, and again I did speak about the devastation that's about to happen on the natural level. Everybody, I need you to understand, your emergency exits need to be very clear right now, because it's going to get really bad. God bless you. Thank you. See you later.